Yeah, man, I've been talking about this as of late with a handful of people. Um, I missed the pandemic, man. The pandemic was a good time, man. The circumstances wasn't great, and if you lost loved ones or something like that, I sympathize with that. But yeah, the pandemic was a good time, man. Just being able to slow down from everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you constantly on the go, constantly on the go, going to work, going to work, going to work, and going to work is one thing. But if you got something you're trying to build outside of work, some type of other career or business, so you gotta go to work, and then outside of work you're doing that, and then I live in LA, so you sit in traffic all the time, and just the constant movement and the constant motion, man. Been able to just drop all that for a while, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Without necessarily having to come out of pocket for a vacation or what have you. It's like, yeah, 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 yeah. You want me to not do nothing for a while? All right. Don't do nothing for a while? All right. I'm saying just not have no obligations for a little while, man. It was cool, man. Good old time. And also just the way I was living during the pandemic, man, because it just so happens, it was frowned upon by many during that time, but I really wasn't caught up in all the mania during the pandemic. So I was kind of doing what the hell I wanted. So, I took a solo trip out the country. You know what I mean? I was outside having fun still, man. And it was, you just outside. There's less people, there's less crowds, it's less busy. Cool, man. I made a new friend group during the pandemic, man. I was living like a teenager during the pandemic, man. I made a new friend group. And we was going on all kind of random adventures and escapades, like some dang teenage. When you're a teenager in your junior high school, man, you go out, you and your friends just be doing random stuff, just end up in random places. Yeah, I'm 30, 31 years old. Made a new friend group. We just out doing random stuff, man. I was in a temporary cover band. I put on the coolest underground show in Los Angeles. Bro, that was one of the greatest times of my life, man. The amount of inner work, and I was inner work, doing a lot of inner work, man, just meditating all the damn time because I just had the space and the time to do so. It was such a good time, man. Damn, it was a good time. Just the way I was living. So just being able to take the break and just how I was living during that time, not having myself emotionally caught up in all the mess. Nah, man, I was doing what the hell I wanted. It was frowned upon by many, but shit, I did it right. That was one of the greatest times of my life, man. But I also wonder, I'm lucky to be able to say that. You understand? Because I didn't lose no loved ones from COVID or whatever. Um, I didn't. I'm not a small business owner that was affected. The only business I got to run is myself, really. I wasn't a small business owner that was affected, so that was cool. So I'm lucky to be able to say I had an amazing time during COVID, and I'm thankful for that. And I also wonder, man, if me enjoying that time, man, is it more so based on just who I am and being a person who would take advantage of something like that, or was it more so how my life was just happened to be positioned at that time, not losing nobody, not having a business that was affected, just having, I got good, overall, I got decent mental health. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people, the big struggle was just sitting inside with themselves. That don't bother me that much. You know what I mean? So was it so much how my life was positioned at the time, the person I am, or a combination of the two? Was somebody else in my exact same position be depressed and anxious and imbalanced, or would most people in my position at the time have enjoyed it? I don't know. I think because I know a lot of people was jacked up during that pandemic, man, and never fully recovered, man. Depressed, like I said. A lot of people are anxious, terrible mental health. It really jacks some people up emotionally and mentally, spiritually, man. For me, it boosted me, it grew me. So yeah, man, bring that thing back, minus the death. Yeah, bring that thing back. Minus the death. Just been able to stop. Just been able to stop. The air felt all clean. You know what I'm saying? Because, cars wasn't driving as much and planes weren't flying as much. The air felt clean. Such a good time, man. Bring back the pandemic without the actual pandemic, I say. Yeah, not shit. And I gotta say, I didn't mind a little $600 a week for a little while. That was cool too. That was cool too. Ideally, I want to be in my place in my life where I don't need to accept no free money from nobody. But for what it was, for the time being, man, that was cool too, man. So, what was y'all's experience during the pandemic? Was it which extreme? Was it that of desperation, or was it that of bliss, or somewhere in between? For me, it was bliss until the end. Towards the end of it, I was over it, man, because I had such a slowdown. I was able to stop for a while. I was kind of ready to speed up and start moving again. So towards the end, I was over it, and I also I was over. I was kind of over all the anxiety and fear and eroticism and erraticness. I don't know if it's erraticism or erraticness. I don't know how to pronounce the word in that form. But uh, yeah, all the stress and fear in the air and desperation in the air and neuroticism in the air definitely started getting to me after a while, man. But it was a time, man. It was a time where the pandemic was lit, man. Bring it back, minus all the negative.